Is Alex Eala injured before her biggest tournament of the season? Social media is absolutely exploding right now, and I'm telling you, what happened in Manila has everyone talking. Brands are circling, the pressure is mounting, and her Abu Dhabi comeback story, you won't believe what's unfolding. Stay with me because this gets wild. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button because today we're diving deep into three massive stories surrounding Alex Eala, the Filipina tennis sensation who's taking the WTA by storm. We're talking about a scary injury scare that had fans panicking, a revenge match against a familiar rival, and her unexpected doubles partnership that nobody saw coming. I've got reports from ABS-CBN, Inquirer, and international sources, plus my predictions that are going to blow up your feed. This is her path to cracking the WTA Top 50, and you're going to want to hear every detail. Hit that like button right now, and let's get into it. All right, let's rewind to just days ago at the Philippine Women's Open, the WTA 125 event in Manila. This was massive, people. This was the first WTA-sanctioned event ever held in the Philippines. The pressure was unreal. Alex Eala was playing at home, representing her country on the biggest stage Filipino tennis has ever seen. The crowds were insane, the energy was electric, and Eala was dominating. Round 2, she's facing Russia's Elena Charaeva. First set, Eala is absolutely on fire. She takes it convincingly, and everyone's thinking, here we go, she's cruising to the quarterfinals. But then, early in the second set, things take a turn. At 1-2, Eala calls for a medical timeout. The crowd goes silent. Social media immediately erupts. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everyone's asking the same question. Is she hurt? How bad is it? Is her season over? Now, ABS-CBN Sports reported after the match that Eala downplayed the whole thing. She said it was minor, nothing to worry about, just a precautionary measure. But here's the thing, we've seen this before in tennis. Players say they're fine, they push through, and then 2 weeks later, they're withdrawing from tournaments. So naturally, fans were worried, and rightfully so, because this girl has been on an absolute tear in 2026. She went on to win that match against Charaeva, which shows her mental toughness right there. But in the quarterfinals, she faced Colombia's Camila Osorio, who would go on to win the entire tournament. Eala lost 6-4, 6-4. It was competitive, it was close, but Osorio was just a bit sharper that day. Still, making the quarters at home, in front of those massive crowds, with that injury concern, that takes guts. Here's what I think is really going on. This wasn't some catastrophic injury. This was smart tennis management. Eala felt something, she addressed it immediately, she got treatment, and she kept playing. That's maturity. That's professionalism. And the fact that she's already in Abu Dhabi, already practicing, already drawing huge crowds from the Filipino community there, that tells me everything I need to know. She's healthy, she's ready, and she's hungry. But let's put this in context. Before Manila, Eala had already been making serious noise this season. She made the semifinals at the ASB Classic in Auckland. She won the Kooyong Classic title in Melbourne. She made her Australian Open main draw debut, becoming the first Filipina to ever do that. Yes, she lost in the first round to Alicia Parks, but that match had the fastest recorded serve in tournament history from Parks. Eala was facing record-breaking power, and she still competed. So this injury scare in Manila? I'm calling it right now, it's not derailing anything. If anything, it's fuel. It's a reminder that she's human, that she's pushing her body to the limit, and that she's willing to fight through adversity. The question isn't whether she can recover. The question is, can she stay healthy long enough to do what she's about to do in Abu Dhabi? Which brings us to right now, the Abu Dhabi Open. This is a WTA 500 event, people. This is big-time tennis. The prize money is serious, the ranking points are massive, and the competition, stacked. We're talking about Belinda Bencic as the #1 seed, Ekaterina Alexandrova, Clara Tauson, Emma Navarro, Yelena Ostapenko. These are top-tier players. And Alex Eala is right there in the main draw. Her first-round match is happening on February 2nd, and guess who she's facing? Turkey's Zeynep Sonmez. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Eala and Sonmez know each other well. They've played twice before, and Eala leads the head-to-head 2-0. Back in 2023 at an ITF event in France, Eala won 7-6, 6-4. Then last year at Eastbourne qualifying, she dominated 6-1, 6-3. These two have even teamed up for doubles before. They're friends off the court. But on Sunday, none of that matters. Sonmez is currently ranked around 112 in the world. Eala is at a career-high number 49. On paper, Eala should win this. But tennis isn't played on paper. Sonmez is a grinder, she's tough, and she'll make Eala work for every single point. The good news for Eala fans? She's been here before. She knows Sonmez's game, she knows what to expect, and she's got the recent head-to-head success to give her confidence. But let me tell you why this tournament means so much more than just one match. Abu Dhabi has a massive Filipino community. When Eala practiced earlier this week, the crowds were unreal. People are calling it Eala Mania all over again. These are overseas Filipino workers who've been following her journey, who see her as a representative of their country, who are bringing their families to watch her play. The support she's getting is incredible, and that kind of energy can absolutely lift a player's performance. Now let's talk about the bigger picture here. Eala's at number 49 in the world right now. That's her career high. But look at the names in this tournament. Jelena Ostapenko is here. Remember, Eala beat Ostapenko last year in Miami, and that was the victory that propelled her into the top 50 for the first time. Ostapenko's a Grand Slam champion, a top-tier player, and Eala took her down. That proves she can compete at this level. But here's the challenge. After that heartbreaking first-round loss at the Australian Open to Alicia Parks, there are questions about how Eala handles pressure in the biggest moments. The Grand Slams are the ultimate test, and she's still looking for that breakthrough moment. Abu Dhabi isn't a slam, but it's a 500 event with serious competition. A deep run here, maybe a quarterfinal or even a semifinal appearance, would be massive for her confidence and her ranking. Let me give you my prediction right now. I think Eala beats Sonmez in straight sets. I'm calling it 6-3, 6-4. Eala's ground strokes are more powerful, her court coverage is better, and she's got the mental edge from their previous matches. Sonmez will make her work, no question, but Eala's in better form right now. She's got momentum from Auckland, from Kooyong, and even from that quarter-final run in Manila, despite the injury concern. But here's where I want to hear from you. Drop a comment right now. Do you think Eala wins this match? Are you predicting straight sets, or do you think Sonmez takes a set? Or are you one of those people who loves a good upset and you're picking Sonmez to shock everyone? Tell me your score prediction in the comments. I read every single one and I want to know what you're thinking. And if Eala does get past Sonmez, who's next? That's where things get really interesting, because the draw opens up in a way that could give her a legitimate shot at a deep run. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Right now, all eyes are on Sunday's match. Now, let's talk about something that flew under the radar for a lot of people. Alex Eala is also playing doubles in Abu Dhabi, and her partner? Indonesia's Janice Tjen, who's ranked number 59 in the world. This is fascinating for a couple of reasons. First of all, Eala and Tjen have history. Last year at the Sao Paulo event, Tjen actually beat Eala in the quarterfinals. So they know each other's games, they've competed against each other at a high level, and now they're teaming up. This is that Southeast Asian solidarity coming through. Two of the region's top players joining forces on the international stage. You love to see it. Their first-round match is against Leylah Fernandez and Kristina Mladenovic. Now, that's a serious team. Fernandez is a U.S. Open finalist, she's got Grand Slam pedigree, and Mladenovic is a former French Open doubles champion. This is not an easy draw. But here's the thing, Eala's doubles game is underrated. She won the U.S. Open junior doubles title. She knows how to play team tennis, and Tjen's got the experience and the ranking to make this a competitive match. I'm not predicting they win the whole doubles tournament, but I think they can absolutely win this first-round match. The key is going to be serving well and taking advantage of Fernandez's weaker return game compared to her baseline play. If Eala and Tjen can establish control early, hold their service games, and create some break opportunities, they've got a shot. But let's zoom out for a second. Why does the doubles even matter? Because it's matches, it's court time, it's rhythm. If Eala's going deep in the singles draw, every bit of match practice helps. And if she's playing doubles alongside singles, that keeps her sharp, keeps her engaged, and gives her more opportunities to feel that winning feeling. Confidence is everything in tennis, and piling up wins in doubles can absolutely carry over to singles performance. All right, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture of Alex Eala's 2026 season so far. Because what she's doing right now is historic for Philippine tennis, and I don't think people fully appreciate just how significant this moment is. She started the year at the ASB Classic in Auckland, made the semifinals. That's a WTA 250 event, and she went deep. Then she went to the Kooyong Classic in Melbourne and won the entire tournament. That's a huge confidence booster right before the Australian Open. And then, the Australian Open. First Filipina ever to play in the main draw of a Grand Slam singles event? Let that sink in. Ever. In the entire history of tennis, no Filipina had done that until Alex Eala in 2026. Yes, she lost in the first round to Alicia Parks. Yes, that was disappointing. But the significance of her even being there cannot be overstated. She's breaking barriers, she's inspiring an entire generation of young Filipino athletes, and she's proving that you don't have to come from a traditional tennis powerhouse to compete at the highest level. Then came Manila, the Philippine Women's Open, first WTA event ever in the Philippines. The emotion of playing at home, the pressure of representing your country in front of your own people, and she made the quarterfinals despite that injury scare. That takes mental strength that most players her age simply don't have. And now here we are in Abu Dhabi. She's ranked number 49 in the world. That's career-high territory. She's knocking on the door of the top 40, and with a good run here, she could absolutely break through. The momentum is building, the results are coming, and the tennis world is starting to pay attention. I've been hearing rumors, and I can't confirm these because they're just industry whispers. But there's talk that major global brands are starting to circle. Athletic apparel companies, equipment sponsors, even lifestyle brands. Why? Because Eala's got everything they're looking for. She's young, she's talented, she's marketable, she represents a massive market in the Philippines and Southeast Asia, and she's got that underdog story that people love to root for. If she keeps performing like this, the sponsorship deals are going to start rolling in if they haven't already. Think about what this means long term. She's only 20 years old. She's already in the top 50. She's competed in Grand Slams. She's won against Grand Slam champions. Where does she go from here? If she continues this trajectory, we could be looking at a consistent top 30 player, maybe even top 20, if everything clicks, and that would be absolutely transformative for Philippine sports. Now, let's talk about the fan reaction, because this is where things get emotional. If you've been following Eala on social media, you've seen it. The comments, the videos, the fan edits, the sheer outpouring of support. It's incredible. After that injury scare in Manila, her Instagram and Facebook were flooded with messages. People were genuinely worried. You had comments from fans saying things like, "Please take care of yourself. We need you healthy for the long run. Don't push too hard too fast." That's real love right there. That's a fan base that cares not just about results, but about her well-being. And then when she posted from Abu Dhabi, showing her practice sessions, the energy completely shifted. People were hyped. You had Filipino families posting videos from the stands during her practice, kids holding signs with her name, fans chanting during her warm-up sessions. This isn't just about tennis anymore. This is about national pride. This is about representation. This is about seeing someone who looks like you, who comes from where you come from, competing on the world stage and holding her own. I saw one video that really got to me. It was a young girl, maybe 8 or 9 years old, wearing an Alex Eala shirt, holding a tennis racket, watching Eala practice. And the caption was something like, "My daughter never wanted to play tennis until she saw Alex. Now she practices every day." That's impact. That's legacy. That's bigger than rankings or prize money or tournament wins. But let's talk mental toughness for a second, because this is something I really respect about Eala. She just lost in the first round of the Australian Open. That's crushing. That's the biggest tournament in the world. You finally make the main draw after years of grinding, and you lose in the first round. A lot of players would spiral after that. They'd lose confidence, they'd question themselves, they'd struggle in the next few tournaments. Not Eala. She went straight from that loss to Manila, where she made the quarters, then straight to Abu Dhabi, where she's preparing for another tough draw. There's no time for self-pity. There's no dwelling on what could have been. She's moving forward, staying focused, and that's the mentality of a champion. And think about the historic nature of what she's doing. She's the first Filipina to play in an Australian Open main draw. She's the first Filipina to break into the WTA top 50. Every tournament she plays, every match she wins, every ranking milestone she hits, she's literally writing history. That's a different kind of pressure than what most players deal with. She's not just representing herself or her team, she's representing an entire nation's tennis dreams. Compare her to other Southeast Asian tennis stars. Thailand's had some success with players over the years, Indonesia's had a few. But the Philippines? Tennis has never been a major sport there. Basketball dominates the culture. And yet, here's Alex Eala, carving out space for tennis in the national consciousness, proving that Filipinos can compete in sports beyond the traditional ones. That's powerful. All right, let's bring this home. Is Alex Eala injured? No. That Manila scare was minor, she addressed it immediately, and she's already back in action. Is she ready for Abu Dhabi? Absolutely. She's practiced, she's prepared, and she's got the support of an entire community behind her. My prediction? She beats Zeynep Sonmez on Sunday. I'm calling straight sets, 6-3, 6-4. And if she does that, I think she makes at least the round of 16, possibly the quarterfinals depending on the draw. This is her moment to prove that the top 50 ranking isn't a fluke, that she belongs among the world's best, and that Philippine tennis has truly arrived on the global stage. Here's what I need from you. First, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a live reaction to Eala's match against Sonmez, and you're going to want to be there. We'll break down every game, every big point, and we'll celebrate together when she gets the win. Second, drop your score prediction in the comments right now. What's your call? Eala in straight sets? Eala in 3? Or are you going bold and picking the upset? I want to hear your thoughts. And third, share this video. Share it with your friends who love tennis. Share it with your family in the Philippines. Share it with anyone who loves a good underdog story, because that's what this is. This is Alex Eala, 20 years old, representing a nation that's never had a tennis star like this before, competing against the world's best and proving that dreams are possible no matter where you come from. The road to the WTA Top 40 starts in Abu Dhabi. The next chapter of Philippine tennis history is being written right now, and we get to watch it all unfold. I'll see you tomorrow for the live reaction. Until then, let's go, Eala. Let's make history, and I'll catch you in the next one.